Thinking about moving to Jonesboro, Arkansas, I love it here as a realtor, but there's definitely some things that residents wish they would have known before getting here. Today, we're breaking down 10 mistakes that people make when moving to Jonesboro, Arkansas, so you don't make them either. One of the biggest surprises for newcomers is how quickly Jonesboro is expanding. Neighborhoods that were quiet 5 years ago are now full of new construction, new restaurants, new schools, or traffic patterns that change fast. People move here thinking that it's a small town and stays that way, but no. Jonesboro is growing nonstop, especially around Hilltop, Southwest Jonesboro, and anything north of A-State. Number 2 is not realizing how neighborhood dependent your lifestyle will be. Jonesboro is very neighborhood personality based. People who usually don't research the area end up living all the way across town from the places that they usually go day in and day out. For example, if you want walkability, well, you might want to live downtown. If you want quiet subdivision, you might want to live near Hilltop or Sage Meadows area. Or if you want to be close to A-State, you might want to look somewhere around the campus. Living in the wrong pocket equals frustration and longer drives than you anticipated. Number 3 might be something that you've never thought about, but it's assuming that all of Jonesboro uses the same internet providers. Different neighborhoods have different fiber availabilities, different speeds, different computers altogether. So what this means is if you work from home or you run a business, do not sign a lease or buy a house without checking the address, not the zip code, but the address for the service. Number 4 is moving here before ever visiting on a busy weekend. Jonesboro feels one way on a weekday morning and completely different on a Saturday when maybe there's an A-State game or there's an event downtown Jonesboro and traffic hits pretty heavy. The mistake? Well, people usually visit when there's calm within the city and no major backups within traffic whenever there's no major events going on. So I always suggest visit a weekend when there's actually something going on or maybe it's more busy than usual. That way you can experience what to expect when you move here. Number 5 is underestimating the weather swing. There's so many things that I can say about Arkansas weather, and most of them are not good. But if you've lived here for any length of time, you know that Jonesboro weather can change literally from one hour to another. It's currently 14 days before Christmas whenever I'm filming this video, and it's 60 degrees outside, and this morning it was 32. Can someone please explain this to me? So what this looks like is when you leave your house in the morning, you're bundled up like you're going to Antarctica, and by the afternoon time, you make it back home, and it looks like you've been in Florida for the week. Winters can be mild one week and icy the next. Summers can be very extremely hot and humid and muggy, and then it might feel like a perfect spring afternoon. Most new residences say that I didn't pack for this, or I didn't expect it to storm this bad. Welcome to Northeast Arkansas, where the weather keeps you on your toes. Okay, and number 6 is thinking that everything is just 5 minutes away. Don't get me wrong, things are close in Jonesboro, but the main roads in Jonesboro are pretty busy. I promise I'm not trying to harp in the traffic in Jonesboro, but I promise you'll notice at any length in time of living here that Red Wolf Boulevard ends up turning into a parking lot around 5 p.m. Stadium Boulevard lights feel endless. And let me tell you, Hilltop traffic is real. And of course, construction is happening all around the city, it seems like, which is a great sign for growth for Jonesboro, but it might change your route every now and again. People assume that the size of the city makes for shorter drive times, but it really just depends on where you live. So if you've got kiddos, number 7 is going to appeal to you the most, and it's probably not checking for school zones until after you've moved here. Jonesboro school lines are extremely specific. People move into neighborhoods thinking that they're zoned for one school and then find out that they're actually zoned for a completely different one. And hey, look, even if you don't have kids, school zones actually still impact you. I'm talking about property value, traffic, neighborhood feel, and of course, resale price. So please, 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 always check before you decide where you want to live. Number 8 is expecting Jonesboro to feel like a big city. A lot of relocators will come here from St. Louis, Nashville, or even Memphis and think that it's going to feel similar to that. But I can testify to this firsthand. My wife actually moved here from Nashville when we got married, and it is certainly a different type of adjustment. So no, Jonesboro's not going to feel like a giant city, but that's the charm of it. Jonesboro is that slower paced, community-based, and blend of small town and growing city. People who embrace that friendly, local, slow morning, busy weekend vibe tend to fit in fast. People expecting skyscrapers, not so much. Number 9 is thinking that rent is cheaper than maybe what it actually is. Rents have actually gone up in Northeast Arkansas, especially around the Arkansas State campus, downtown districts where there's new apartment complexes, anything around Hilltop. rents have actually went up in Northeast Arkansas, especially around the university, newer complexes, anything in Hilltop, and renovated downtown apartments. Many relocators think that rent's going to be about $700 to $800. Reality, more like $1,000 to $1,300 for something more modern and updated. The rental market here is quite competitive, and that tends to catch people off guard. And number 10 is moving here without a local guide, and this is a big one. Most people moving here don't know the difference between this street and this subdivision and that subdivision, but locally, it matters a lot. Without a local expert, you risk overpaying, landing in the wrong part of town, missing better homes that fit your lifestyle, not understanding traffic patterns, and choosing a neighborhood that maybe doesn't match your goals. So if you want a smooth move, someone who knows Jonesboro doesn't just help you find a house, but they help you find a place within the community. So thanks again for watching today's video. Make sure if you haven't already, click subscribe for new videos coming out shortly. And of course, if you need a realtor here in Northeast Arkansas, my name's Talon at Keller Williams Realty.